And I think one of the things I learned over time was, and we got to think about this in order to help people, because do we really know who's going through tough times? And one of the things that we do is when we have a meeting with a player, how many times do we ask the player how he's doing before we talk to him about what he's doing? And how many times do we get involved in there? And to me, compassion is everything. In order for us to help, and we can only do our small part, but for us to help, we've got to be prepared to ask the question of how are you doing before we get into what are you doing. And if we're prepared for that question to be answered, then I think we can make real progress in helping people. We can help people as individuals, as coaches, but we can't help them unless we're willing to ask the first question, which is the compassionate question. Too many times we get into solving and correcting problems when the issue is the player doesn't feel good about himself. He doesn't feel good about himself personally or professionally. And we've never asked that question, so we don't know. We're in what we think in solving a problem tactically or technically or whatever, skill-wise, but the player might not be in a position to even absorb the information. So as coaches, and we're the head instructors, we've got to be prepared to ask that question and then sit on that answer, because we might get an answer that we might not like, or we might feel really uncomfortable. And then if we can't solve the issues, then we've got to get professional people. But you've got to be prepared to ask that question on how that person's doing, and keep asking that question until an answer comes out before you can start coaching and teaching.